Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So yesterday, obviously the LEC playoffs finally kicked off after, taking the week break. Yes, there was a ton of LCS action and stuff, but we were waiting for the LEC to come back, and it did in a big way. With Mad Lions against Rogue yesterday, which was an absolute banger of a series with a ton of really close, really fun games. Some Zeri moments, all that. But overall, really close. And we're seeing tons of insane best of fives all over the world right now. It must be the patch or something like that, or just teams are really excited for Worlds in North America or something, because there's best of fives all over the place. Super close series, super close games. It is just a great time to be a League of Legends fan. But also out of this series came a ton of banger memes, and none of them, in my opinion, were better than this one from Grabs, where he tweeted out 4 LEC All-Pro can't win. And this was really a talk of Twitter, and I think it's going to continue to be throughout probably the whole playoffs and into Worlds or whatever. I think people are going to be upset about this for a while, because the All-Pro voting, we've looked at this before. I made the video when it first came out and talked about the fact that people were really not happy with the LEC All-Pro voting. The fact that Mad Lions got 4 LEC first team All-Pro members. They had Elyoya, they had Niski, they had Unforgiven, and they had Kaiser. Obviously, Armut was not on that list. He was not in the top 3 either, so it was like, hey, Armut has the best team in the world, and he sucks, and they're just hard carrying him, backpacking him, whatever. But it was also extra funny because Mad Lions didn't even end up getting first in the split. They ended up tying with their record for G2, and G2 ends up getting first. G2 has just a single player. You have some other teams right behind them that were all very close. And then you have Mad Lions coming into this very first series. And yes, All-Pro, it's a regular season award. I know we don't need those, actually guys coming out of the woodworks or whatever. But just super funny. It's going to be a meme that keeps going. And I just love this tweet from Grabs. It's obviously, I think, a little bit of an ode to... I don't remember who it was. I don't want to say the wrong person, but I want to say that it was Khan or somebody that was in Korean solo queue and got a bunch of Chinese players on their team or something like that, and they typed like 4 Chinese can't win or something, and they ended up getting like fined or suspended or some really crazy shit like that. So that it was like, a relevant League of Legends meme, and then to come back and see this was absolutely hilarious. But when you dive even deeper into this, like Monte Cristo says, and like some of the people here as well, not only did they have 4 LEC All-Pro members, they ended up having Niski, the MVP. They ended up having Elyoya, the second runner-up for MVP. Not the second runner-up, but the runner-up for MVP, second place in the MVP voting. And they also ended up getting voted the best coaching staff as well. So this was supposedly, from the regular season, the best jungler, the best mid laner, best AD carry, best support, best coaching staff, most valuable player, second most valuable player, and they just lost in the first round of the playoffs. Now, yes, it's not like totally the first round of the playoffs where like the 1 plays a 6 and the 2 plays a 5, nothing like that. They played the 3 seed. It was supposed to be a close game. It was supposed to be a close match. It was, but they end up losing. They end up headed to the losers bracket right away. The interesting thing also from this whole thing is that Mad Lions still probably ends up auto qualifying for Worlds from that series. Which is fine. I mean, they showed that they are very close to Rogue. They probably should have even beat Rogue. I don't know. It seemed like both teams kind of didn't exactly want to win at some points. But yeah, as long as G2 beats Misfits, then Mad Lions will also be heading to Worlds. Other than that, Mad Lions, say Misfits even wins, then I think Mad Lions just needs to win 1 best of 5 or whatever. It's just kind of weird because EU is sending 4 teams this year, and that's a whole nother question from this whole thing, is like, just how good are the World's LEC teams going to be? You had Mad Lions with their super team, their All-Pro masters, their super valuable players, whatever, and they're already out. So if these are supposed to be the best players from Europe or the best team in Europe or whatever, and they're, not necessarily in the best form right now, is that just because Rogue is super cracked too? Is G2 also going to be an amazing team? Is the LEC going to send 3 or 4 really strong teams to Worlds this year? Is G2 just going to stomp through the playoffs and they're going to be the only decent team that the LEC sends? Is the LEC going to send no good teams to Worlds this year? You have this the whole kind of narrative and conversation. But starting out with a good series, I think is a good thing. I think teams pushing each other to the brink, getting more games played is always good, especially when, hopefully they're at least a decently high level. Yes, there are a lot of mistakes and a lot of craziness right now, but I think we kind of see that all over the world. We had a ton of insane games and moments in this one. Like I said, we had comp with some Zeri moments, even in game one, where Mad Lions was really, really dominant. You saw 8-2 from Niski, 10-1 from Forgiven. Looked like Mad Lions might just kind of dominate this series. Like, some people really expected Mad Lions to be the better team. Again, through certain points of the split, Mad Lions looked like they were the best team in the LEC. That's obviously how they ended up with, the voting and the awards and everything going their way in the first place. But then in game two, Rogue is able to punch back, and they had a game just as good. Comp 8-2, Larson 4-1, Oduamne 6-2. You have an 0-6 game from Armut, and Niski running back the Talia, not going as well this time. But both teams would just keep trading blows. Mad Lions would come back with another big game. Unforgiven 6-1 on the Callista. Kaiser 0-1-10 on the Nautilus. Armut he pulls out the Kennen again, and he decides to go 4-0-5 this time. I mean, it just, the games were so volatile, so crazy, and then out of nowhere, Rogue 25-8 in game 4. Again, a stomp there. Comp 8-0, Larson 7-0. So many of these score lines were just so crazy. And then game 5 was just truly very back and forth, 20-16 in kills. Just a close game where, Rogue was just able to make enough plays in the end. Larson 6-1 on the Orianna. I know he had a couple team fights where people were a little bit not super happy with him and his lack of shockwaves, or the quality of his ults and stuff like that. But they were able to pull this one out, despite the fact that Niski was 6-4 on the Silas. Forgiven was 5-1. El Yoyo with a 2-7-6. So I don't know. We definitely didn't come away from this series thinking that Mad Lions has all the best players in the LEC, or for sure the best coaching staff, or the two most valuable players, or anything like that. So again, this meme is gonna come up. People are gonna be talking about this. But we haven't seen G2 play yet, and that's gonna be a big thing too, because a lot of people are gonna be comparing Mad Lions to Caps, Yankos, G2 as a whole, G2 as a team. Obviously seeing, who's going to win these series, who's going to make it to the finals, who's going to win the finals, all that stuff. These are all going to be big parts of this conversation. Another absolutely hilarious meme that I saw coming out of this too was, I saw somebody sent me a Reddit post that was like, is Armut the worst LEC player of all time? They're like, hey, Armut has the best jungler, the best mid, the best support, the best AD carry. He has the two most valuable players in the whole league on his team, and he has the best coaching staff. They didn't even win first in the LEC. They tied with G2. They ended up getting second. They lose in the first round in the playoffs. So how bad is Armut? Is Armut holding them back so much? This guy must be like historically bad. Obviously, they're just joking. They're just memeing, but I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And I just love when, we're getting good games. We're getting banger series. We're getting banger memes, banger content, videos coming out. All these things are so great for the scene. And in both the LCS and the LEC, we're still very early stages of the playoffs. I hope these things are just going to keep getting better and better as we get closer and closer to the finals. In-person events, again, is going to be absolutely awesome. Leading up into Worlds and then into off-season, like the next couple of months of League of Legends content, everything, the peripherals, it's all going to be so spicy, so awesome, so fun, so amazing. I'm so excited. But yeah, we found out yesterday that 4 LEC All-Pro members does not definitely guarantee a win. And we're going to see how Mad Lions can bounce back from that. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Check out the first link in the description below for my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. We've been streaming over there some more recently. Maybe drop us a follow, drop us a prime, something like that. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Subscribe, stay up to date on all the latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.